Hey, folks. We don't need this transcription over here. This is always annoying. Here with Daniela Boyle and Greg Walsh. Greg is joining us remotely. This is a best practice call on business reviews and talking about the importance of talking about Apple tags and RFIDs and lost pumps and yada, yada, yada. Let me do this. Let me share my screen because I've got some great notes here. And can everyone see this right here?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I just put it over Daniela's face. Forgive me, poor Daniela. Let's see if I can put this right in the middle. Let's see if I can do this. Look at that. That is wonderful. Preserves everybody, you know. So Daniela and I were in Auburn Memorial Hospital last week doing a business review, and I'm just going to run through this right here. And then I wanted Daniela maybe to speak for just a couple of minutes. These are 10-minute calls, if you saw the one that Nico Lane and I did. But we were in Auburn Memorial Hospital. They've lost. We went in to do a business review. The business review is going to end up their monthly rate is going to go up a little bit. But they ideally have 10 pumps there. They've lost about 5. They have both RFID trackers and our Apple tags on these devices. Okay. And not really sure how many pumps they would need. And really what we came out of this was coming out of the meeting, they're going to get with their PA team and try to verify how many pumps that they need. Number 2, their monthly rate is going to go up. It's actually going to double, to be honest with you, from what it was when we started, because the usage is up, okay? And because of the rate is going to go up, very much like when I was with Greg Walsh at Wynn Hospital, or no, I'm switching them. Greg Walsh was Auburn, Daniela was Wynn Hospital, but very much like I was with the next day, Daniela at Wynn Hospital, when they heard the rate was going to go up, that gave us an option to talk about a lease-to-own option. Which ironically would be less expensive per month than a straight rental. And obviously with a lease to own, at the end of that, you end up owning the thing. In the meantime, they're going to take a week and try to find those lost devices. But I think those are gone because I think we've tracked a few, Greg, that have gone to the dump or what have you. But that's where we are in Auburn Memorial Hospital. Did you want to just give a review and how you thought that presentation was? And again, I want to let everyone know Greg has done a really nice job over here letting them know about the Apple tags in a consultative fashion. And we've also got RFID tags from the hospital on these pumps, which kind of puts a lot of the onus on them.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. So I would say, first of all, this is a small hospital, but it's probably the same, whether it's a small hospital, big hospital, it's all the same with the missing pumps, whether they have Apple tags on them, RFID tags, or nothing. They're always misplacing them. So, before the business review, it's very important to find as many pumps as you possibly can. And we just got a list from Medela how many they thought they should have, which was 10. We tried getting everybody involved to find as many as possible before the business review started, so we had something to talk to them about as far as lost pumps. They knew that they had lost 2 for 100% that showed Apple tags, that they were at a Stericycle 200 miles away, but they were still missing a couple. So it's one of those situations where it makes the business review easier to get done when you have some evidence that they should have 10, but they only can find 6. And Joe did a great job of just going really quickly through this PowerPoint saying, this is the history of the account. This is what the numbers say you should be using as far as pumps based on the average units in use. And it turns out this hospital should have only had 4, but they had 10. They were losing them. So we gave them a proposal for 4 with an extra flex for 5. But it turns out they could do the rent to own and own them in 3 years at the same price. So It's an ongoing issue. And one of the things that stood out to me that Joe had said, that the way that we used to structure it was that if they misplaced a pump, even if it was, you know, in a cabinet right behind somebody, they could just say, I lost a pump and get a new one. But if they own their pumps, they're going to be a little bit more wary about losing them, and might take a little bit more ownership in trying to make sure they don't lose them, if they know they can't just call us up and say, hey, we need another pump to add to our list and we'll deal with it later. So I'm going to try to get them onto the lease to own program. Financially, it'll work out for them pretty much equal for the next 3 years, but then they'll own the pumps going forward. So the business review went well. They took it well when we told them they're going to probably get a bill, but you know, what can we do about that? It's their fault. They know it was their fault. So we're just gonna, you know, move forward, try to drive usage, get them to buy more pumps. So
good. It's a great recap. I got nothing on that. I did speak to Mackenzie at First American Financial that does our lease to own offerings, and she had a big hectic travel week, but she promised me by the end of the week she'd get that over to him. So good recap, man. Good recap. And yeah, for everyone, I have a business review outline and template, so I know which ones are coming next. So I know which ones are coming next. I always reach out to the MedPro reps. I would never do a business review with your account without you. So I usually reach out to you the week before. We request a CEP report. It's an SCR report on the serial numbers, how many pumps are there. And we go from there. So I try to arm everyone the best I can. Thanks, Greg. Awesome. Good stuff, buddy. Hey, Daniela and I were at Wynn Hospital the very next day, business review over there. Steve Wynn out of Las Vegas. He grew up in Utica, New York. He gave $50 million for the building of this new hospital. It's beautiful. I hadn't been there since I left the territory. Things went really well. Daniela's got a great relationship over there with all my old friends over there, the wound care nurses. They're supposed to have 26 pumps. Looks like they lost 6 of them. Daniela did the inventory, God bless her. She's been running around the hospital. You know, and while we're in there with Michael Fegley in supply chain and purchasing, he gets on the horn. He calls up Tony Forlenza in Biomed. They use RFID trackers on their pumps as well. So again, a lot of ownership for Wynn Hospital. You know, they have their own people tracking pumps. So when they go lost, you know, they have to absorb some of that blame. We also have Apple tags on these pumps. So, you know, they had started off over here with 10 pumps. Over the last year and a half, we had sent them in 16 more, ebbs and flows. A few of them got lost. We currently have on the SCR report about 26 pumps at Wynn Hospital. The business review states, guys, you really only need 18. However, the rental rate, I'm reading down these bullet points here, the rental rate was based on 10 pumps. So the rental rate is hands down going to go up. Once again, like Auburn with Greg, this creates an LTO option and a lease to own. And Mike was very interested. I think at one point, Daniela, I think I had said something like, hey, Mike, you got a calculator right there? And so I gave him the price for a pump. They usually go for 10,000, 18 pumps, 20 pumps would be 200 grand. We added on a little interest from First American. We divided by a 36-month payback. And lo and behold, it was less than the new monthly rental. So, you know, the business reviews are nice. They give us an opportunity to talk about a lot of these things, be consultants, be partners. You know, hey, yeah, we might have to raise your rates on a monthly rental based on you using more pumps, But hey, you know what? We have another option for you. We'd like to share with you, like a true business partner. What do you think about this LTO? Moving forward, they're going to take a week to get with wound care and determine their needs for pumps, and also get with Tony and Biomed to identify, see if they can find these 6 lost pumps. Those were the notes that I had. Daniela, did you want to pull a Greg Walsh here, take a few minutes and give us an overview?
Oh, he did an excellent job. So I'm pretty much just piggybacking off of him. I'm like, are you stealing my whole thunder here?
Gosh
So pretty
darn
much,
Greg Walsh, that bastard Greg Walsh.
No, Joe, you did a great job with the business review. I think it went well. They're going to have a lot to think about, especially those 6 pumps who are lost. That might be a small issue, but Tony in Biomed, he's doing a great job. The same like Sarah Lynn in wound care. She's taking charge of all the pumps. She has them pretty much locked up in a closet. So everybody needs to sign in and sign the pumps out. It's a challenge always in all the hospitals, with losing pumps. So I'm just wanna see, probably in a week we're gonna go and see what they decide to do, if they want to do the lease to own. I think that's a great option because that's gonna keep their monthly cost almost the same as they were just renting 10 pumps a month.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, but you did an awesome job explaining everything. So it went well.
Well,
think so.
I appreciate it, but I think I'm going to turn it around on you sincerely. I think we did a really nice job and you made it easy on me because you both have been in there talking about RFIDs. I just got off the phone. Hey, Caleb, how are you, buddy? Caleb was talking at the East Jefferson about RFIDs today. We were speaking to the VA today with Tim and Lane and a bunch of those guys, and Nico, Gage in a VA with regard to RFIDs. And then you guys, you ladies, you've also been bringing up the Apple tags. And it's really important, and as long as we're doing that and we're being a consultant, it becomes really difficult for them to come back to us later and say, well, we shouldn't have to pay for those. Well, guys, you have RFIDs in house. You've got them on your pumps. And we've also advised you every time about the Apple tags. It really helps us out and it makes it a little easy on us. So I think you two did a great job. You made it easy on me. I really appreciate it. If everybody takes one take home from this, please, in install base accounts that you're in, get with your people. If they have an RFID system in house, encourage them to get their trackers on all of our pumps. So you can speak to them about the Apple tags, again, for accounts that were grandfathered in that had Apple tags, like an Auburn and a Wynn Hospital, we will supply those. Hospitals that we never supplied Apple tags, or new accounts moving forward, we're not supplying those Apple tags. But for $28 a piece, it's a great insurance policy for them. And just by being a consultant and advising them, that's really all we have to do, So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Danielle. I appreciate you, Greg. Thanks for joining me on the call. 15 minutes. We got in and out. This was great. So say hi to all your people in MedPro land, and I'll stop the recording.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank
See
you,
you guys.
Joe.
Bye.